When you think of the world's most famous buildings, whose names come to mind? Frank Lloyd Wright? Zaha Hadid? Le Corbusier? These are the giants, the superstars of architecture whose legacies are etched into our cities and history books. But what if I told you that for every celebrated name, there are hundreds, even thousands, of brilliant minds who work in the shadows, whose contributions were just as vital, yet whose names have been lost to time? This is the story of the architects of the shadows, the unsung heroes who built our world. Think about it. A skyscraper isn't born from a single sketch. It's a symphony of collaboration. It's the countless engineers who solve impossible structural puzzles, the draftspeople who spend thousands of hours refining every line, the project managers who orchestrate the chaos. These are the people who turn an architect's grand vision into a tangible reality. They are the ones who make sure the walls stand, the light floods in just right, and the building breathes. Yet, history often forgets them, crediting the entire masterpiece to a single famous name. In this series, we're pulling back the curtain. We're going to explore the stories of these hidden figures. We'll look at the women in architecture who were often relegated to assistants, their innovative ideas credited to their male colleagues. We'll uncover the stories of draftsmen and junior partners who designed iconic elements of famous buildings but never received public recognition. Their creativity is embedded in the landmarks we admire every day, but their signatures are invisible. For example, let's talk about Marian Mahoney Griffin. Have you heard of her? Probably not. But you've definitely heard of Frank Lloyd Wright. Marian was his first employee and a staggeringly talented architect in her own right. Her beautiful Japanese-inspired watercolor renderings were instrumental in building Wright's reputation. Many scholars argue that her design influence on the Prairie School style was immense, yet for decades she was just a footnote in his story. Her career was a constant struggle for recognition in a world that was unready to see a woman as a creative equal. She eventually built a remarkable legacy with her husband in Australia, but much of her early, groundbreaking work remains overshadowed. She is a perfect example of an architect of the shadows. And she's not alone. Consider the story of the Eiffel Tower. Everyone knows Gustave Eiffel, the brilliant engineer whose company built it. But the tower's elegant, intricate form was largely conceived by two of his senior engineers, Maurice Koechlin and Emile Neuguyer, along with the architect Stephen Sylvester. They were the ones who first sketched out the daring pylon design and added the decorative arches that gave it its iconic shape. While Eiffel never hid their involvement, his name is the one that became synonymous with the tower, leaving his brilliant team in his shadow. Their story shows that even on the most famous projects, the credit often doesn't spread far enough. This pattern repeats itself throughout history. Look at the grand cathedrals of Europe. We know when they were built, but can we name the master masons who designed them? These were anonymous artisans, guilds of craftsmen who passed down their knowledge through generations. They were the architects, engineers, and artists of their time, creating some of the most awe-inspiring structures in human history without ever signing their work. Their legacy is the building itself, a silent testament to their collective genius. Then there are the countless architects whose ideas were simply taken. In the competitive world of design, it was uncommon for a powerful firm leader to present the work of a junior designer as their own. We'll investigate historical accounts and forgotten documents to piece together who really designed some of the buildings we thought we knew. It's an architectural detective story, searching for justice in the blueprints and archives. These stories aren't just about giving credit where it's due. They're about understanding the true nature of creativity. Greatness is rarely a solo act. It's a collaborative dance, a conversation between many minds. Why does this matter now? Because by celebrating only the starchitects, we create a misleading myth of the lone genius. We discourage the very teamwork that great architecture depends on. By telling the stories of the architects in the shadows, we honor the reality of the creative process. We recognize that every line drawn, every calculation made, and every brick laid is part of a larger human endeavor. It's a story of passion, dedication, and quiet contribution. This isn't just about the past. It's about inspiring a future where every contribution is seen, valued, and celebrated. This is Architects of the Shadows. Thank you for watching. If you believe in giving a voice to the forgotten creators of our world, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss our first episode.